Hey everyone, before we jump into the video, I just want to announce the next Patreon of the Month award, and it's going to Daniel Patel, and you have won my copy of The Moral Landscape by Sam Harris. Enjoy. And in other news, my YouTube channel is now almost at 14,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. It gives me a lot of joy to see the channel growing, and it gives me a lot of joy to see all of your feedback in the comment section, to see that you're enjoying the content. So thank you up to this point. Thank you for showing an interest in my videos and encouraging me in the comment section. It really means the world to me. I've got a lot of interesting videos in the pipeline here, and you'll notice in this video and in the videos in the very near future, I'm trying a different style of outreach. I'm trying something called street epistemology. I've seen a few of you in the comment section recognizing this in my earlier attempts. It differs from my usual technique of outreach. And what I'm finding is I think people tend to be less defensive with this style. There's a lot of reflecting what they're saying. I'm really not telling them anything. I'm just sort of exploring their own beliefs. So it's less direct than my usual style, though. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm really interested to hear your feedback on this. Do you prefer this kind of style of outreach, or do you prefer my usual style? And what's important here is which you think is more effective. So yeah, let me know. And with that said, I hope you enjoy this video, and we'll speak soon.
Okay, so thank you for talking to me, Owen. So we've got a bag of controversial statements. If you'd like to take one out and read it, we'll get started.
Killing animals for food is morally wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Agree or disagree?
Okay, I gotta think about this now. Is morally wrong? No, I don't think it's morally wrong.
And how confident are you that this is wrong on a scale of, say, 0 to 100%?
I would say I'm never fairly sure of anything. So I would say a scale of 0 to 100%, 60%.
Okay,
you know?
awesome. Why do you think that that statement is incorrect and that it's not morally wrong to kill animals for food?
Well, generally, I haven't thought about it too much, but generally the idea is that we are part of the food chain, and if it wasn't for us, somebody would be doing it to us, and it's just part of being part of nature, you know?
Right. The thing about it's not, so correct me if I'm wrong, if we don't do it to them, somebody could do it to us.
Not somebody, but like some other, if elephants were on the rampage, you know, but I'm saying obviously the opposite side of that is that, you know, we've got this expanded brain power, we're probably, you know, we're the smartest creatures on the earth, so from that point of view, should we be more cautious? I think we totally can, and I think we should be, because, you know, if you've got you see some of the factory farming and stuff that's going on, it's not good. You know, I was on a ferry once from Ireland over to England, and I remember there was 3 truckloads of, when I peered under the cover of the trucks, it was just chickens just stuffed in, you know, really, it didn't look good, you know. So that stuff is where we should be careful, but I don't think it's morally wrong to actually kill the animals, because I mean, maybe you can enlighten me, but...
Well,
yeah.
you think there's an issue with, factory farming, the suffering of the animals?
100%, yeah.
Why does the suffering of animals matter to you?
I don't really think about it that much, but why does it matter? I think it's it's not nice to, I don't know, it just feels intuitively wrong that you would harm unnecessarily something. If you kick a dog, it doesn't feel good, you know. So that's that's where it's coming from. Yeah. I don't know.
So no, that's fair. This idea of it not being necessary. Do you think that we need to eat animals to survive or be healthy, or could vegetarians and vegans be healthy?
I don't know. All the information is so politicized, and it's impossible to find that out. If I ask one person who's a vegan, they're going to tell me that absolutely they're going to get everything you want. You know, who's providing you the information? I find it's just hard to find, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say, in response to your question, do I think it's necessary to eat meat? I don't know. It's very hard to tell at the moment.
Fair enough. Yeah. You're against the necessary suffering, but you're not sure if eating animals is unnecessary or not for health.
Sure. Yeah.
To go back to what you said earlier about the idea of if we don't do it, someone could do it to us. If aliens came down and they kind of enslaved us and ate us, and they were more intelligent than us,
probably will happen.
maybe. Would you be confident in saying that they're morally wrong for doing that to us?
I don't. It comes down to the question. I'm talking shite here now.
No, it's fine.
It comes down to the question of, is the thing that you're eating to a sufficient extent conscious, you know, the pain and of you know, the idea that they're dying. If they know that they're dying and that they're being bred to die, like if an alien came down and wanted to say, I'm gonna have Tommy or Jenny, I'm gonna have her for dinner, and she knew that, you know, before they were taken out, essentially, I think that causes unnecessary pain and suffering. So it's like, you know, with lobsters and stuff, when they kill them, I just can't get that. I don't understand like how a lot of cultures will do that, but I don't think it's that wrong to, you know, for a small 2 seconds, if a lamb or a duck or a penguin is getting, you know, is being instantly killed. That's the important thing. Right. Do they know that it's coming for them, and does that cause them stress and pain? And that comes down to consciousness. So if an alien knew that we were going to be, an alien would know that we have consciousness, I suspect. Yeah. Then it's wrong.
Again, for you, it comes down to the suffering. And I think I actually completely agree with you on this. It comes down to whether someone's feeling something unpleasant, whether someone's suffering. Yeah. And because human beings have a big capacity to suffer, we're very aware of what's happening to us. Yeah. It would be morally wrong for aliens to enslave us and harm us, put us in factory farms. What about animals then? Do you think that they're conscious? Do you think that they're experiencing suffering on these farms?
Yeah, so there's a lot of studies that would, you know, show that lobsters, that's the one I'm interested in, because if you ever see the way they kill lobsters, they got to get like the knife, stab it down in it, and then they break it down like that. And there's a lot of like food channels on YouTube, and you see this stuff, and it's like, it's pretty intense. But it's hard to know. Like they say that at the point where that lobster's being killed, they've monitored the chemical levels and stuff, and the ones that, what's the chemical for stress? I forget. Something like that, yeah. And they say that it markedly jumps up, and that's where you go, yeah, it could be.
It's an indication of something going on.
Yeah, and that's where we need to just say, hang on, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, you know. But yeah.
So if it was the case that lobsters were suffering immensely, the way they're killed, would you say it's morally wrong to buy lobster meat?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You're saying that it's morally wrong for someone to buy the lobster meat if the lobster is suffering immensely.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're saying that you think the consumer is like morally responsible for what happens to the lobster if they paid for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like, that's very. You made a good point, I suppose. It's like but you know, it's similar to the drug thing. You know, I think like with drugs and stuff, it's like the government says, oh, the drug dealers are bad for you know, people are bad for buying drugs. It's like, yeah, but like. Wait, I'm making a bad point here. I'm just trying to...
No, it's fine. I appreciate this is like the first time we might have thought about this. Yeah, that's good. So, like, is it something to do with supply and demand? Like,
100%. Like if the demand wasn't there, then they wouldn't be doing it. Right. You know, of course, like... Yeah, of course.
If it was the case that, like, lambs, sheep, chickens, cows and pigs were suffering immensely as well...
Yeah.
Would that mean that the buying meat is morally wrong?
Yeah, if you knew that they were suffering immensely, yeah.
If it was shown to you to be the case that the vast majority of animal products, the animals that produce them experience immense suffering, would that change your belief or your confidence on the belief about killing animals being morally wrong?
Of course,
yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch the conversation around to something probably a bit more controversial, and that's humans and killing humans.
Okay.
So, let's say if I was or if someone was breeding children, I mean, many of us do. That's not controversial yet.
Yeah, I haven't yet. I don't think so.
And they had wonderful lives, say up to the age of like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Would you see any ethical issue with, say, like killing them painlessly for food?
Do they know they're getting killed?
No, so it's a gun to the back of the head.
I'm joking around.
Well, I think it's an interesting question, I guess. I think it does make a difference, right, whether they suffer.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I know a lot of people will probably consider this speciesism or whatever, but I do think there is something inherently different about humans, and maybe you can enlighten me as to why that's wrong. But I think that it's a different thing when it comes to human beings. I think because we're the only entity that has such a high level of consciousness. So that's why it's different.
So you're saying there's a distinct difference between killing a human and killing an animal.
Yeah.
And you said it's related to consciousness. Like what specifically is it? Like do you agree that animals are conscious?
They are conscious. Well, I don't know, but I think animals, generally from what I've read, are conscious to a lower extent. I don't know, but I just imagine the pig is like, not feeling that same level of stress and of, you know, I'm going to say goodbye to my mom and dad, and, you know, that's...
You think the animal would probably suffer less?
Yeah, I guess emotionally, yeah. But I'm sure physically it's the same.
Right. Do you think that animals would have to suffer as much as human beings in order for it to be wrong to breed and kill them?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So if an animal is still highly sentient, they experience misery and pain, but not to the extent as you or I.
Yeah.
You don't see any ethical issue with causing them the pain?
Well, it comes down to the question of why are you causing them the pain. If you're causing them the pain to cause them the pain, then it's crazy. Absolutely, it's not okay. You know, the difference is, you know, it's admissible with animals because you kind of have to eat to survive. You have to eat meat, and we don't seem, from what I can tell, we don't seem to be able to get the same amount of nutrients. I know that is very political right now, but that is what I've read, and I think like it's just a balanced diet. Like we don't have, and that's why I say like, until we can find a meat alternative like Beyond Meat, something, whatever, you know, that we can do, which they're getting close to, then I think it's admissible. And at the point that we can't eat meat anymore because we have an alternative, then let's switch to the alternative. We don't have to necessarily cause harm.
Right. So if it was the case that we could be perfectly healthy without eating animal products, and we had like the Beyond Meat substitutes and that kind of thing, and if say the only like reason left to consume animals was for pleasure, perhaps. Would it be morally wrong to kill animals for food?
Yeah, probably, at that point, yeah.
So you think if you were to see evidence that you don't need to consume animals to be healthy, it would become, in your view, morally wrong what we're doing to animals?
Yeah. If it was proven to me, you know, if I could be convinced of that, I suppose, yeah. I see why a lot of people are very angry. It's okay, like, you know, because there is a lot of terrible things happening to animals.
Yeah, you'd rather they didn't suffer.
Yeah, 100%.
And if I can get on that scale again, 0 to 100%, how confident are you that it's not morally wrong to kill animals for food?
Bring it down to 50.
Okay, amazing. Well, I'll leave it there. Feel free to take one of these.